Hey everybody, welcome into Old Mountain Bricks. Today we're back with another Lego City update here for you. A lot to work on today in the city. We've got to take a look at the beach and keep improving that. And we got a few comments on our last video about the placement of the fire brigade. So I think we're going to rearrange that a little bit. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So of course the beach has been an ongoing project here for us. We are still waiting on a few other parts to get here that we ordered from Lego that are the non-best sellers, so they can take like a couple months to come in. But we are still moving right along. I think we have enough to maybe work on the water some more today. I think the sand is going to be as good as it can be for the moment, but we did get the clear slopes and we have a bunch of the other clear pieces, so we can maybe try and fill some of that in. But into the downtown part of the Lego City, we put the buildings over here like this. We pulled the Daily Bugle out from the back there and moved it right up front to put it next to the Avengers Tower. And it just doesn't look the best. I said that in that video, and you kind folks also commented that maybe that shouldn't be the final place for it, that the firehouse did look best next to the Avengers Tower as opposed to bringing up this big gray building here. I like that these two are together. They don't go well next to each other, unfortunately, because the Daily Bugle sign is so big and the Avengers Tower just sticks out there where the Quinjet lands. So we're going to need to maybe rearrange a little bit of that. So what we're going to do first is probably pull out the Daily Bugle and move that around. Okay, and welcome back up front Avengers Tower. So we put it back where it was next to the fire brigade here. And I have to agree, I think it just makes sense with the shaping of it. It looks a little silly with the guys kind of falling out beneath it, but there's still room there. But I think that looks a lot better than it did. And now, from one of our last videos, if you saw that, we've got a number of Iron Legion to add to the area, so we can kind of stick those guys all over the place now too. So we'll just kind of put one maybe flying off Ghostbusters HQ there, even though we've got Ultron right up there and a few other fun Easter eggs kind of hidden throughout. You can see that we actually just left the Daily Bugle right there for now, because before it used to be in the back, and I think it looks good back there. But I want to try something different, and like I said, I want these type of buildings to be closer together if I can help it, because I'd like to have some stories kind of going in between them once we get a little further along in the city and we start running out of room. That's when we're going to start focusing on more of the stories and details. Obviously, we've got a lot of minifigures going on right now, but most are not interacting and they're all just kind of hanging around. So we definitely want to do something like that in the future. But I think that looks pretty good there. So let me know in the comments what you think of this now with the Avengers Tower and the Ghostbusters HQ next to each other. I might have called it the Fire Brigade earlier. Don't mind me. And what do you think about the Daily Bugle right there as opposed to up in the back? Obviously, we're going to start filling that in with some more sets as we've got a ton to build. So definitely stay tuned for even more buildings to be added to our Lego City here. Let's go ahead and turn our attention over to the beach real quick here and see what we can get accomplished over there. We'll go ahead and move our sailboat out of the way here. We'll just go ahead and beach that and take a look at what we've got going on. So in the past, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We did the underlying plate and some sand work, and then we started using these light transparent blue tiles in order to kind of make the kind of standard water effect that you see in a number of Lego cities there. Especially when you get down right to this angle, you can see kind of the difference there of doing that. And we also added a few like wave type elements there, which using like those clear transparent elements along with some white and so those dark blue cheese slopes. With the wave pieces that we have, we want to try and intersperse that kind of throughout here and kind of see what that looks like. So I think I'm going to try and place these first and see how that looks. Okay, and after that quick time lapse there, we've got a little bit accomplished. We filled in more of the tile in this section here. So you can see it's really kind of coming along there. When we've added more of those waves, we used all the pieces that we had, and I feel like it still really wasn't enough. I feel like we needed another 3 or 4 to kind of maybe put it in this area, but we need room for boats and stuff, so maybe that'll be okay. Also use some of these transparent light blue slopes there. I thought could be helpful to maybe break it up just a little bit, kind of in those smaller areas. I know it's a little hard to see because they're kind of reflective like that, but you can see when I kind of do this sweeping motion, you can see the difference there of the tiled off water and the waves kind of coming up from it there. Like I said, I feel like I could add a few more, so maybe on the next order I'll get just a few more, even though they take forever to come in. But I think I like what we're doing here. I don't think I want to continue tiling just yet. I know we're getting there eventually, but I don't want to overdo it because it's hard to take all that back out if I want to change it. So, but I think we did a little bit more. The thing is, when you start using like 2x2s like this or 1x2s like this, it starts to warp the plate a little bit here. So that's just kind of what Lego does. So I'm going to have to find some stuff to kind of weigh it down a little bit more, and hopefully that'll help a little bit in this area. But I think that's really starting to come along there. We also want to add some more white pieces to the waves here in order to kind of give it that kind of cresting effect. That'll maybe give it a little bit more detail, kind of like we did right up in here. You can see it just adds just a little bit more detail to it that I think looks pretty nice there. But I think we've made a lot of progress here in the Lego City today. We placed some of the Iron Legion, which are just kind of out front here with Iron Man. We moved around the Daily Bugle and Avengers Tower and brought it back to the forefront next to the Ghostbusters HQ. All good and together again. I think it looks pretty good up front like that with those two together. And we still have room for the X Mansion once we eventually get to that as well, behind the Ghostbusters HQ. And I do kind of like the Daily Bugle right there next to the Avengers Tower. Again, we can always move it, so that's the exciting thing of having a Lego city like this. But I think it's really starting to come together here, especially when you get in a shot like this. It doesn't always display well from every angle, but you can see how much we've got going on in the Lego city. But I think that will do it for today. Just a quick Lego city update there for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on the way out. Comment down below what you think of the Lego city, of the new placement of the buildings, or what's going on the beach. But until next time, make sure you subscribe to Old Mountain Bricks for more Lego city updates and future reviews and all kinds of stuff coming your way. And until next time, thanks for coming by Old Mountain Bricks today. Have a good one.